We're all set for you, I believe. So this meeting now. So just to let everybody know, we are recording this meeting and it does get published on our YouTube channel at another point in time.
So thank you. I'd like to call our regular council meeting of Tuesday, November 14th to order. We respectfully acknowledge that this meeting is being held on the traditional territory of the Coquitlam people, Haila Tesla. They have approval of agenda as presented. Moved by Councillor Tidbury, seconded by Councillor Dukas. All in favor? Carried. We have the minutes of the committee of the whole meeting held on October 24th for adoption. Moved by Councillor Texmal, seconded by Councillor Dukas. Any errors or omissions? All in favor? Carried. We have the minutes of our regular council meeting held October 24th for adoption. Moved by Councillor Dorward, seconded by Councillor Texmal. Any errors or omissions? All in favor? Carried. Minutes of our special council meeting held November 7th for adoption. Moved by Councillor Smith, seconded by Councillor Robertson. Any errors or omissions? All in favor? Carried. Our delegation of Patty Smedley and Carly Haggett are economic development officers of the Digital Business Enhancement Program. So we have a presentation, a video presentation.
And just want to make sure that it's going to work.
Excuse me.
Very quickly, can I do your sound? Hold on 2 seconds. Okay, so we can view this. Lots of
Start over
fun
again?
when it won't do what I want it to do. So,
This mic isn't on though.
no, that's fine. I just want to make sure. Screen share, window, sound. Oh, yeah. It's right there. You can see it. Up. Entire screen. And total share. And now let's try it.
Business Enhancement Program and its success as we await word on our second round of REDIP funding. Currently, we have 3 local and 2 remote members of our team using all of our individual skills to deliver services.
We still be using the same intake format, but with our new partnerships, we have formed an intake committee. This committee will review all applicants and establish the order that businesses will enter the queue.
One example of a client who has gone through the program is TAFE's Kitchen. When we met with Mohammed during our soft rollout, his business had 1 logo, a generic Facebook account, a phone number, and an email. We met with Mohammed to talk about his wish list for TAFE, and then we got to work.
Starting with branding. Using their current logo, I simplified versions of their logo to modernize it and give it versatility. Pulling colors from their logo, I created a set color palette to use for all of their deliverables moving forward. Using the same art style as the logo, I created icons to use on their new website and future deliverables. I then finished up with a typeset that reflects their bold, unique food truck. We then incorporated all of these elements into a brand new website for TAFE's Kitchen. Now let's visit their website. Their homepage uses the icons that I designed to direct users to sections of interest, like the truck's location for the day. This leads us to a Visit Us section on the Get in Touch page. Here, a user will find the hours of operation and a button that leads to their Facebook. Due to language and technology barriers, we decided to link the button to Facebook, as this is where they consistently post their location and their daily menu. At the top of this page, there's a general contact form leading to their email for any questions that a customer might have. Moving back to the home page, you'll see we include links to all the other pages in different sections of the home page, and each of these sections includes snippets of information to lead the user to click and read more on that page. If we click the About Us button, that leads us to the page that we added to tell the story of Tafe's Kitchen and where we share their vision for their future business aspirations. The Order Now page starts by explaining that Tafe's Kitchen offers different food every single time they open, and so it directs them to check the Facebook page or to call for the menu of the day. Below, we show the full menu of Tafe's Kitchen, displaying all the delicious meals that Tafe's can offer depending on the day, and each of these menu items include descriptions, ingredients, dietary specifications, and pricing. At the bottom, users can also download or print the menu to keep. You can see we designed a specific menu that matches the same branding and reflects the menu shown online that Mohammed himself can print off or clients can for their own use. All orders had to be directed to their phone due to these language and technical barriers, because this is their only comfortable way of receiving orders. So all call to order buttons, order now buttons go to their phone. When we first met with Mohammed, he mentioned a dream of catering, and we knew that we could help him make that a reality. So together we worked to make a business plan, and from all the branding and our plans, we created menus and a booking sheet for clients from Port Hardy to Campbell River for him to start this business. And we integrated that into his website as well. So you'll see that some of the deliverables that we created for them are integrated into their new website. You'll see here the menus and the catering booking sheet that we created. We wanted deliverables ready for Mohammed so he could take everything that we made for him and just apply it to his new business and run. At the moment, we are working with Mohammed's busy schedule to finish social media, photo, and video. So when these are complete, they will be integrated into the website as a final step. And following that, we will provide a design guide in both English and Arabic.
As with any client, we're working with barriers. First of all, Mohammed does maintenance at the Thunderbird Mall on top of his business and has a tight schedule. Second, he speaks some English, but often his kids or friends help him. Finally, due to the above barriers, we have to schedule in-person meetings and sometimes experience difficulty in connecting with Mohammed. We have taken steps to overcome these barriers. First, we have learned to put together all we can before the meetings. This gives Mohammed a physical reference as to what we discuss in person, and he can make edits on the spot. We started writing emails and documents in both English and Arabic. That way, Mohammed can be up to date, and whoever assists him can also be in the know. Being local is key. Lisa, Patty, and Carly, when she's in town, schedule to meet with Mohammed and show him how to use the different tools we make and receive his feedback. We avoid email and the phone whenever possible.
So what is the end result for Tafe's Kitchen? What did they end up with? Well, first, Tafe's Kitchen now has a set brand that is easily recognizable and fun. They started out with just a logo, but now they have a whole identity that can be seen in all of the things that they have, their Facebook, their website, and their print materials. They also now have reusable icons that add imagery to their website and are reusable for many other purposes. As well, they now have a website, which they did not have before, and it's professional looking, it reflects their brand, it's search engine optimized, and it provides integrity to their business and allows Mohammed to answer most questions simply by directing people to his website. He now also has menus to print out for the food truck, and they're accessible online. This makes his food truck seem more credible with a set list of items rather than just a Facebook post on the day of service with a limited menu. Now we have access to both. His social media will also now look the part with the branding now integrated and his social media connected to his new website. He will also have beautiful reusable ads with the new branding that he can post throughout the year. And finally, they now have a valid catering expansion to their business. This was not a reality before for him, and it seemed a big task to take on by himself. But with a little help from us, he now has menus, a booking sheet, and online information so he can get started right away. To date, we have 22 out of 26 clients in our queue for the first round of REDIP. We also have 8 out of 6 community organizations. We did take on a few more than we had thought because we had some funding freed up, and we decided to utilize it by adding a few more organizations that are in need. And we also have 20 proposals sent and approved with the work currently in progress. So we're currently working with 20 different businesses. And 5 businesses remain on our wait list as we're continuing to work on our current clients, allotting our time, and making sure that we can provide our full attention to everyone in the queue.
With our limited rollout, we knew we needed to seek more funding and expand to service our region further. In REDIP 2, Community Futures will take the lead, providing administrative oversight to offer services regionally. The District of Port Hardy will partner by providing its successful model and technology team to Community Futures. Other partners who will serve as members of the new Intake Advisory Committee include North Island College, Port McNeil Chamber of Commerce, the Namgis Business Development Corporation, Quaglet First Nation, the Village of Port Alice, and the Quasi Economic Development Corporation. Along with this, we also partnered with North Island College to plan to deliver 3 mini courses to complement DBEP by allowing clients to learn how to manage their new tools. This expansion of the program offers enhanced program reach, additional educational opportunities for digital technologies, and supports reconciliation efforts on the North Island. We know this program adds value to the community simply through our interactions with our excited clients, each grateful to have a program that delivers tangible services with things the average business owner would have to pay a small fortune to achieve. The program should increase online searchability for Port Hardy as a whole, making our commerce look more robust, professional, and interesting. This will help boost tourism, online commerce, and interaction. In addition, it will enable the new kiosk to contain a plethora of information, all at the user's fingertips.
We're super excited about the progress and development this program's experienced, and we look forward to see where it has yet to go. So thank you for your time.
So thank you. Did you have anything you wanted to add to that, CEO Nelson Smith?
If I could,
Yes, please.
so it's actually one of those programs where I know when we heard about it 18 months ago or so, there was a lot of kind of excitement, but also some trepidation about, how much it would actually be utilized. In fact, we'd actually talked to a number of organizations who had said, well, we ran training programs on how to do this and training programs on how to promote yourself on social media. But really, when it comes down to it, sometimes people just need to have somebody else do it for them so that they can get the expertise to be able to do it. So to be able to actually see it be put into practice, put into momentum, and actually get the buzz. Like, we haven't even advertised, and that's how many people we have already signed up. So the fact that Community Futures, the Namgis First Nation, Port Alice, Port McNeil as well, the Quag Youth and the Gwesela Nakoda have all endorsed the application that is gone forward for REDIP 2. So it'll be great to see it expanded as a regional program. Today at the Economic Development Forum, it was actually brought up that there's other agencies that are looking to also seek the same kind of guidance from Patty's team in order to try to help their customers as well to be able to expose themselves online in a more positive way. And we do know that through the COVID recovery planning that we were doing back in 2020 and 2021, one of the things that was identified was the fact that a lot of our businesses don't have an online presence. There was the limited ability for people to find what they were looking for. You type in coffee shop Port Hardy or grocery store Port Hardy and it's down, you kind of scroll down to find it. So even just getting that SEO optimization in order to get people to the top, to be able to know what they should be posting in order to get their exposure.
Thank you. At the Economic Development Forum today, this video was very well received.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Good job on the video and
Yes.
good job overall.
Great example.
Port Hardy's another leader again.
Yeah. All right, so please pass on our thanks to Patty and Carly and their team. And we'll keep our fingers crossed that we hear positive news in the spring. All right, moving on, business arising. We have our council action item report of October 24th for information. Any comments? Under new business, we have our 2024 Association of Vancouver Island Coastal Communities that call for resolution, as well as a call for nominations and nomination form. Did you have your hand up?
Are you referring to my comment before about a resolution going in?
Yes, sir.
I don't have the resolution prepared right now, but I see the deadline is February,
Yeah.
end of February. But I do have a proposed motion that would have to go through this council before it went referred to this council, but it would be with respect to Forest 10.
Next.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you wanted to have it.
I actually did think I saw your hand go.
Oh, okay. Oh. Involuntary twitch.
Thank you. One thing I don't, but it's not quite related to this, but Federation of Canadian Municipalities, FCN. Have we seen a call for resolutions come for that ever? I don't ever recall. I'm just thinking this upcoming meeting next week might result in something.
Let's see, anyone else's.
It typically goes to the regional district because they're the member. So we aren't an individual member of the SCM, but the regional district is a member and therefore Port Hardy is covered in that blanket. So you should see something come to the DMW table for a call for resolution, but I could do some digging.
Yeah, just in case we need that. I feel like we will.
Yes. Good point. Thank you. All right, for correspondence, we have our 2023 health impacts of winter season for information. Any comments?
Get vaccinated.
Councilor Dorwell?
Just going back to the last agenda
Oh,
item,
sorry.
I think there was a part 2.
Yes, call for
Yes.
nomination. Yes. I'm hoping that Councilor Dorwell would be willing to let her name stand again for nomination.
Thank you. Yeah, I would be happy to.
Thank you.
Well, it's every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only 1 year.
Hmm.
This is 1 year.
Okay, we'll start getting the paperwork ready. And we can respect it.
We'll make a new one.
Thank you. Okay, under health impacts for 2023 winter season for information. So I think Councilor Dorwood brought this up earlier, but there is a call out for warm clothing or warm winter clothing, tubes, gloves, jackets. So if anyone has anything
Be delivered where?
to be delivered to mental health and addictions. We have from Adam Ireton, the president of the Rotary Club of Fort Hardy, 2023-2024 Christmas Cheer Parade.
I'll just remove myself the potential conflict of interest.
Counselor,
I make that motion.
seconded by
Yeah.
Counselor Smith. Any comments?
It's great.
Love it.
Every year gotta have it.
I am super bummed I'm not going to be here in town for that, but that's okay. I do love it, and I know my neighbors will take lots of pictures. All in favor? Any opposed? Carried.
Good, Janet.
The next item is from Dennis Dugas, the chair of North Island Senior Housing Foundation.
I could stay here. and I'll take it.
Yeah. Letter of support for ratification. This was, moved by Counselor Tipperary, seconded by Counselor, Texmo. This was approved electronically, but we have to move it forward for, ratification, so that's why Counselor Dugas is not leaving. All in favor? Any opposed? Carried.
Thank you for your support.
You're welcome. From the Honorable Bruce Ralston, Minister of Forests, from our UBCM 2023 Minister Meeting follow-up for information. He has kind of jumped the gun a little bit in his letter, but the intention was
Mhm.
good.
It's nice, it's not a clear no.
That's right. From the Honorable Pam Alexis, Minister of Agriculture and Food, from UBCM 2023, again, a minister meeting follow-up information. Any other comments? Counselor Duke?
Something that was interesting there, they were talking about, Tom Modell, is it, to get a hold of us or something?
Tom,
Have they, or Tom, is it, have they reached out? Oh,
Not yet.
maybe they need a little poke.
It's really to the farmer in the dell. News and farming, agriculture, Dell,
Mhm.
farmer in the Dell.
Yeah.
Good one.
Counselor Duke.
Very
You're
sharp,
really on
very
top of
sharp.
things.
we'll point that out to Tom.
I'm sure he-
Yeah.
Sure, we can look at making, giving them a call and seeing. Okay, from the Minister Rabi Cohen, Minister of Housing, UBC in 2023, Minister meeting follow-up for information.
It is, so it wasn't a twitch this time. I'm just curious about how much this will have impact on us and how much, do we actually have much to do with our OCP to adjust it? I mean, I couldn't see a whole lot of impact this having on our community, but that's me thinking about it and not me knowing about it. So here's me asking about it.
See anyone else's?
Two, so.
Oh, just in terms of, we've actually had one request already come in about how fast an R1 zone application will be converted into a multifamily dwelling in the district of Port Hardy. However, the legislation is automatic for those communities over 5,000 and it'll be
5,000.
optional for all communities that are under 5,000. At this point in time, with the district of Port Hardy having numerous amounts of land that is available for multifamily developments, at this point in time, we could make some changes in the official community plan, very minor changes, because at this point in time, the official community plan, from my understanding, is basically saying housing for all and providing those kind of opportunities. And the district of Port Hardy has also been very amenable to zoning changes and things like that in order to permit multifamily units. However, council could make the decision to decide to change the R1 zone to be the same as what all the bigger centers would be. But given that we have lots of vacant land already available for multifamily dwellings, it might not be necessary at this point in time.
So just following up to that, I sat on a housing technical brief on it. And the 5,000 is the cutoff point. There's going to be some parts that all communities have to do, but the majority of parts over 5,000 have to do, or all of them. But they did say communities could decide to incorporate everything that's in that, in the new briefing that's coming out, if they want to. So we can decide. Councilor Tipperary, did you?
I was just gonna point out that it didn't reflect to us basically because we're less than 5,000.
All right, moving on to item number 7 from Ian Thorpe, the chair of Nanaimo Regional Hospital District. A request for support on key healthcare priority projects from NIHD. And
I don't know nothing about it. So,
so what the Nanaimo Regional Hospital District wants to do is have a better hospital, basically. And they're looking for support from all the communities north of Nanaimo, North, to write a letter of support. Councilor Dugas.
In looking at this, I don't have anything against this, but I think that maybe it would be more appropriate if a letter was coming from the regional district, because it represents all of us in our region. And I think that something could be brought up. They may have already got a letter. I don't know. I haven't seen the next agenda, but
you mentioned not wanting to.
yeah, if they do, then, maybe that would be more appropriate. Just send a letter from the whole RD saying that, yeah, we're in support. Why wouldn't we be? Put it that way. Rather than every community have to write a letter.
Councilor Dorward.
I like that too. I didn't see where the draft motion and letter of support, but the draft samples that they aren't in the agenda.
Yeah, I didn't see the draft one either.
I'm not exactly, when I read it, I didn't see exactly what they were looking for in their letter of support.
No.
I know CAO Nelson Smith, you've been talking to the other CAOs, right?
Yes, Mayor. So we actually did receive a email thread that came out from the CAO to all of the CAOs that are affected by this, asking, basically giving us notice that this letter was going to be coming and seeking support from the communities, and also if our communities wanted to also look for support letters, that they would also be interested in reviewing those and supporting as well. Just trying to find the email with the sample.
So I know that the idea of having better cancer care would be huge, so that someone didn't have to go all the way to Victoria for it.
Mhm.
I think the other part that they were looking at is better cardiac care.
Yeah.
And yeah, and right now, if someone needs to have an angiogram, they have to go to Victoria rather than you have to go to Victoria.
So the sample motion was that the district provide a letter of support directed to the health minister, Dix, for the regional district of Nanaimo Hospital District priority capital projects, including the new patient tower and cardiac catheterization lab to be located at the Nanaimo Regional General Hospital.
I'll make a motion that we write a letter of support, and I think it would be great if the RD did as well, but I think every municipality.
Seconded by Councilor Robertson. Any other comments, questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Carried. Joanne Beek, Secretary, Port County Hospital Auxiliary Society, regarding the volunteer appreciation breakfast and feedback from the hospital auxiliary. So that was a very nice note.
Very nice.
Jonas Woodrow, Program Officer, Union of BC Municipalities, regarding the strengthening community services for information.
Good deal.
It's very nice. So thank you very much, CEO Nelson Smith, for reaching out to them and asking them for
Twice as much money.
twice as much money, and hopefully they come through next year with more money. CEO Nelson Smith.
So to be fair, I met with them at UBCM and asked for this program to continue, but the program actually ended. And so they reached out to me after our meeting and said, we still have funding left over. Please submit an amended application for a 1-year extension with double the budget. And those projects that are in the process will be reviewed and the funding will be allocated as such. So upon sending in the draft, I think it was probably about 4 days later, we got the notification that it can continue. So that means that the shelter services that we have been providing at the Salvation Army, and I think the regional district as well, because the regional district partnered with us on the project in order for us to maximize the amount of dollars, means that we'll still get those additional hours plus those additional beds down at the Salvation Army in a time when I know that they're experiencing some budget constraints with the rise in cost of inflation and of course everything else that has gone up as a result. So it means that they'll be covered until the end of July at this point in time.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Made the trip to UBCM worthwhile on its own.
From Catherine Cherniak, Regional Business Advisory, Community Future Central Island, requests for letter and support of crisis management for small business proposal for ratification. Moved by Councillor Smith, seconded by Councillor Texmo. And again, this was approved electronically, so this is for ratification. All in favor? Any opposed? Carried. From Ross and Glenn, Chair, Hardy Bay Seniors Citizen Society, letter of support for United Way Critical Food Infrastructure Grant for ratification. Moved by Councillor Smith, seconded by Councillor Tidbury. Sorry, Councillor Dugas.
It's okay, he cuts me out all the time.
Again, approved electronically, but for ratification officially. All in favor? Any opposed? Carried. Right, committee reports. We have the draft minutes of the Bear Smart Committee meeting held November 8th for information. Any comments?
It's just great to have a wildlife coordinator
Mhm.
here.
And see things are happening, so that's awesome. Okay, moving on to staff reports. We have Finance Department, the October 2023 check and EFT listening report for information. Any comments? From our Director of Finance, Norma Isaac, read the 2023 tax sale update for information. Our Director of Finance, do you have anything to say about it?
This is my first one as a collector. It was nice, I was on a webinar before that and kind of, oh, okay. But yeah, it was interesting, and properties, now we'll see if they have that year for redemption, so wait and see how it goes.
And I know just talking to you and CAO Nelson Smith afterwards, there's a few little things that can be tweaked next time to make it a little bit easier and smoother for everybody. So
Yes, I think the one big one will be to, like it's published in the paper that you must have your upset price with you at that point to bid on it, and then you can get extra and above, go back to the bank and come back before the end of the day. It's in the paper, it was read when I read the script out, and we still went through the whole bidding process and had somebody bid on it and then didn't have their money.
Oh.
Backed up and started again. So I think it'll be like some big signs. We talked about having signs around everywhere and bringing it up 3 times probably throughout the that day. Read it at first, and then right before you start the bid, you must have your upset price before you bid on this. And it's just, it was interesting. Those 2 people bid one over what they didn't have, and another one had no money. No, I don't have my money here. It didn't say I had to have my money here. It's like, okay, well, we'll make sure we know next time and let you know ahead of time a couple of times over.
do you think they didn't know what upset price meant or have your upset
It's
price?
pretty clear in the newspaper when you look at it. It shows, I read the paperwork, and then you also say what the upset price is when you start your script and everything. So I think from what I understood from.
It's just plain ignorant.
Well, yeah, and some of when I talked, we went on a 3-part with the webinar, and they said, yeah, he says, we had it happen all the time. And so you just got to make sure that you say it. I'm going to say this one more time for everybody, and he said, just make it really, really.
I know when I've attended the sales You have to have your money up front.
But it was good.
Good learning.
Yeah,
experience.
very good. Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
Okay, Normie Isaac, Director of Finance, read the CP 2.4 purchase card policy. So you have a recommendation that we amend the policy.
Yeah, the change was, there was quite a list of staff that could have a credit card. And so then when we, with a new hire position, for the building maintenance foreperson wasn't in that policy. So you couldn't order a credit card until you had it in the policy. And so, but it'd be much easier to have it not specific to, titles, but have it also then so that it's, the change in here is that it would be 2 people approve it. The CAO and the Director of Finance, not 1 or. So both would have to approve it, and then to have it more to staff as required. The rest of the like the limits and those have stayed the same. So that was the biggest change within this policy, is just to kind of streamline it a little bit more so you wouldn't have to come back and redo a policy again because you've added or taken away, mostly because you haven't added one.
CEO Nelson Smith.
I just had one comment, and the reason why we changed it so that it would be both of us to approve that is as the treasurer and the person who holds the financial responsibility under the charter, I wanted to make sure that she had the backing of the CAO whenever she made those, and also so that I can't go over and above her head without consulting with her first, or whomever that happens to.
Yeah, thanks.
Great, thank you. Councilor Darwood?
Make motion.
Thank you.
That's recommended.
Thank you. Seconded by Councilor Smith. Any comments? All in favor? And carried. Heather Nelson Smith, there's Chief Administrative Officer, read the 2024 council meeting dates. And there's a recommendation of all our, the following regular council dates of 2024. Nelson Smith, do you have anything?
No, I have nothing further to add to the dates except for, I'm sorry, it's in my twice. It doesn't mean you get to do it twice.
I just think it's a 2024.
Motion to approve is recommended.
Thank you, Councilor Bailey, seconded by Councilor Smith. All in favor? Carried. Heather Nelson Smith, our CAO, the committee external and internal appointments of 2024. So we've got the regional district one, the trustee for the library board, as well as some internal and external appointments. So any comments? Councilor Dugas?
Just on the select committees of council that you have, I noticed that for the first one, community consultative committee, that you've got Ross's name in there. Obviously,
Yeah, I saw that too, yeah.
Director of Corporate Services, just, you mentioned all the rest of them, just Director of Corporate Services, depending over there, that's right.
Correct.
Just that change, that's the only thing that I saw in there that would be
Thank you.
not correct.
So with that amendment, do I have a motion to approve the recommendation? Moved by Councilor Dugas, seconded by Councilor Tigger. All in favor? Okay, thank you. Heather Nelson Smith, our CAO, extension of a development permit DP 2022-01, 7300 Columbia Street. CAO. So I did, when I read that, I saw that the approval was for 1 year and it had to be done before the end of the 1 year, and that end of the 1 year is well past.
Correct. So if I may,
Yes,
you
please.
actually actually have two coming your way, so there'll be another one at the next meeting as well, for an extension of 8925 Park Drive. And so this is building permit applications have been submitted and the applicants are moving forward. So we'll do this one first because we had all the documentation in line. So this one would be the same as what we did last year when we did the extension for 8925, would just be another extension of the development permit. The reason why you're not seeing the other one on here is because I haven't verified that it still all meets all of the requirements. This one has not changed whatsoever. So council would just be granting a 1-year extension to an already permitted permit.
Motion to extend for 1 year.
Moved by Councillor Dorwin, seconded by Councillor Robertson. So would that 1 year start from now or would it start from August?
It would start from now.
Okay.
So we would then issue the permit as of this evening, and then it would be good for 1 year from this point.
Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Carried. No bylaws or current bylaws or resolutions. We've got a couple of pending bylaws. Council reports. Councillor Tipperary.
Kind of a different avenue of affairs I had this time. Started out with the tourism meeting. And we passed our budget on that one. It's very encouraging to what is going to be happening over the next little while. And I voiced my concern about the visitors to the North Island and how we need to get together with the Parks Board on that. And I think we're going to approach that from the regional district angle. I was the electoral officer for the Quad Youth People, and that went very successful. On the Monday there was the community fish group. And basically, it's a DFO sort of spearheads it, and then the not the commercial boats, but the charter boat people and individuals that are interested in fishing on our coast, going through the regulations and there was much discussion on that, and Laurie Garrett was elected as chair of that. I found it not being a fisherman, I didn't understand some of it that was going on and about, the different boundaries and the type of fishing and the return of the fish to the water and things like that. So it's a kind of a bit of a learning curve for me, but it was interesting. It was definitely interesting. I did all the seniors. I had a couple of seniors meetings. That everything seems to be going kosher, and they're preparing for their annual general meeting, which was tomorrow, and it's going to be a jigs dinner. So it's interested in that, and it's at 5 o'clock. More than welcome to attend. And there's a few other little things. Oh, did we have an ops meeting? No.
No.
Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Oh, I had an ops meeting. I know now. Okay. That's why I got it. You go. I don't remember an ops meeting.
You're right.
Okay, but that was interesting too. Okay, other than that, I think I can. Oh, just wait. Oh, Remembrance Day. Oh yeah, I can't always forget about Remembrance Day because
You're always there.
I'm I'm always there. I thought it went over really well, and with God, we had sunshine. No rain before, rain after, but not while the function was on. And it was well attended, and we the new board, the Legion board, planned it out a little more this time. We had few little hiccups last year, but this year we planned it all out, and we all got together and decided how it was going to go. So it went really well. And what else did I forget? Oh, pumpkin walk.
Just help my buddy out.
Yeah, it helps out.
You guys could do your.
That's the thing. Pumpkin walk, yes, that was a great success.
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. Some of those carvings are just I don't know how they got talent in there to carve some of those carvings. And thanks to the Rotary Club for putting that on. That was really a good show. And of course, the Halloween night, I forgot to mention that one too, was over at the fire hall here, and we had a fantastic haunted house that was enjoyed by many, and I saw that some parents had to hold on to the kids a little bit.
Too scary.
Yeah, a little scary for those. But that's the kind of 2 weeks I've had. Have I forgot anything else there?
Not that I can think of, John.
Okay. But I do tend to notice I listen in on those too. So
Thank you. Counselor Dugas.
Okay, I was there with John on most of those, so the pumpkin walk, but I would just like to say that we definitely need to thank the Rotary Club for putting that together, and Port Hardy Fire Rescue for putting on the bonfire, and the Lions Club for doing the hot dogs. How many did you say you have, hot dogs? 400 and something?
yeah, 400 and some we did.
Hot dogs that night and hot chocolate. The Rangers were there helping out,
Yeah.
cleaning up the pumpkins. Foxes was there getting all the pumpkins. I mean, it was,
A lot of
the
work.
evening was beautiful, and it was a very well attended, and yeah, it takes people, volunteers to make it happen. Without them, what's your community without people that are willing to volunteer? And all these people were there volunteering. I thought that was fantastic. It was great. Lots of fun. VinTech meeting, obviously, we had that Vancouver Island Tourism Advisory Committee meeting, and it was very well attended, and it was a lot of great information, and the information that comes out of that is things are happening. I mean, things are growing. Tourism is coming back after COVID. You know, everybody was quite worried about it, but I think that we're on a good rebound. Remembrance Day, excellent turnout, excellent weather, and an excellent job on the remarks that our mayor did. It was very, very well done. Very, very enlightening. It was nice to see that we had representation from our Indigenous nations and our whole community. It was really well put together. It was a good job. Good job by all. North Island Senior Housing Foundation, we'd just like to thank everybody for the letters of support. We have letters of support from a number of different, our local MLA. We got a letter of support from River Island Health, our Rotary Club, obviously. Thank you, Janet, for that. And our Hardy Bay Senior Citizen Society. We got a letter back from them too. So we have a lot of support for that. We're just on the finishing processes of putting our package together for application, which has to be in this Friday. So we're kind of like on the tail end of what we're going to be doing. So hopefully that'll work out well for us. What else we got there?
Waldorf over here.
Of course, and today we got to go to McDonald's. So what a wonderful idea. Thank you, John, for reminding me you were there. It was great. It was a great turnout. I had an opportunity to stand beside Simon, who was a representative from the company. That this is interesting. Tammy, you'd like this one? She's not listening. Can't hear me. But anyways, there's a gentleman that represents McDonald's, and he goes all over the place for McDonald's. He's 6'11", and I got a chance to get a picture beside him.
As soon as he walked in
I'll
the
tell
door,
you,
I'm like,
it's pretty cool. He's quite the guy, a very interesting fellow to talk to, and Mary, one of the owners, like she's my height, so it was pretty cute to be able to do that, but I think that too, I know that our mayor has already talked about it a bit, was to send a letter of congratulations to our new chief counselor and counselors for the Cog Youth. They just had an election here that John was involved with. You didn't mention that. And
He started off.
oh, he did. He started out. Sorry, he talked about so many things I forgot. But yeah, so that was great, and I think that what's wonderful about it is our relationships that we have, and with our Indigenous nations, especially our Quag Youth, because we're on their traditional territory. But you know, we're neighbors. We're working together, and we keep building on that. I know our mayor is going to be, reaching out to them and talking to the new chief, Vernon Hunt, and making that relationship continually keep growing and being what it is and what it could be in the future. So it's great. I also attended the Economic Development Fifth Forum that they had today at Seven Hills Golf Course. And yeah, wow, a lot of interesting stuff. I know tomorrow morning we have going to specifically talk about tourism, and it's going to be good. Because it's a big part of our future, and it's pretty exciting to be involved with all that. So anyways, that's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Robinson.
Yeah, a little bit quieter time than my colleagues over here.
What a tax change.
Can we help you, Fred?
Would
Bill and Ted over there.
you like to share? So, no, a lot of library meetings, some informal, some more formal for the library board. There's been some communications issues that the mayor is aware of, and that will be coming to the budget process near us very soon. So there were a number of planning meetings, and another meeting tomorrow, and then one on Saturday, and then the following Saturday. So it's going to be a busy time for who knew the library. Anyway, I was actually got to attend my first meeting of the North Vancouver Island Collaborative Services Committee, which is a group of with Island Health and planning strategy with Island Health, and it's quite an extensive, broad-based group. So looking forward to those meetings going forward. Interesting conversations about planning medical services in the North Islands. Has significant impact almost immediately, sort of thing. So, and I will be attending, leaving tomorrow, the marine planning process meeting in Campbell River. And a part of that will also be a significant discussion about the coastal marine strategy, both of which will have planning and impacts in our area with marine planning, and they will have significant impacts for our children going down the road. So pretty important discussions happening now, and that will be coming back to our council at some point, not too distant future. And I was also with a very large family contingent at the opening of McDonald's, and I do thank them for the invitation. And actually, I would also like to congratulate the Quag Youth council, chief counselor and council for their elections as well.
Councillor Dorward. Oh,
Sorry, I know, I'm not done. Just a little bit on with regards to the economic development. Maybe the mayor was going to talk about this too, but how important tourism is. Callum Matthews, who was the guy with they call 4VI, for Vancouver Island. He was talking to us today and shared something about bringing, was it a relation of his or something, Pat? I can't remember.
I was going to talk about
Oh,
that.
then, should I leave it for you?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But it was just so exciting. I thought it was so really neat. What tourism really does when people come to your area. He says, I love coming up to Port Hardy, whatever. So he brought them here.
A couple.
It was a doctor and a nurse actually that came and they visited or whatever. They thought, hey, this is a really cool place. They really liked it or whatever. So they supposedly they have a contract in Nanaimo that they're just finishing up. But they've decided that they want to come and live in Port Hardy. A doctor and his wife, which is a nurse, all because of tourism and about how you sell your place where you are. And they just loved it up here. And so they want to come back here and work and live. I mean, wow, what a story. And those are the kind of stories that need to be shared, right? When you want to try to attraction. We're talking about attraction, retention, but that's just perfect because they must have been here in the summer when it was beautiful weather. But it doesn't really matter, right? Because that's what it's about, right? People are looking for change. They don't necessarily want to be in the big urban centers and all the craziness. They want to be in small rural communities. Some people, but that's one couple that's really going to make a big difference in our community, right? They bring something to the community that we really need. And we have something to offer. Awesome. Anyway, sorry, Pat. Take that
That's
over.
okay. Thank you. Everybody finished over here?
Yep, 4 hours.
Just checking. Councilor Doris?
Well, I've done much the same as in some parts as the rest of you at Remembrance Day. Yeah, it was really well organized, which was fantastic. And yeah, that was really well organized. The weather was good and the attendance I thought was really good, especially like some people were late because it was a long weekend and such. So it was good to see. The pumpkin patch, yeah, it was fantastic. Like Councilor Dugas says, it takes a lot of organizations, a lot of people to make it happen. The Rotary just organizes it and has a few volunteers, but the Lions have a huge amount of volunteers. There's individual volunteers like Councilor Dugas. There's businesses like Fox's Disposal, the Junior Rangers. Yeah, a lot of people. And I know that there's people there that I haven't recognized and that always disappoints me, but I'll think of them later.
Fire rescue.
Yep, we're ready fire rescue. So yeah, always doing that without a list is always dangerous. But on fire rescue, I went to their meeting and I think that it's working really well. Them communicating with the new building maintenance position. I think it's going really well. It's really positive news out of sort of both sides of there. And then the other thing was the big highlight was McDonald's today. I just want to point out that Port Hardy hasn't had private investment since I think Vasso's building was built. And that's residential, a little bit of commercial, I guess, but yeah, it's been that long, I think. I don't know if there's any other, there's been lots of renovations, but I don't know that anybody's really built a new building. And I think that's really to be commended that Jens and Mary, the owners, have invested in our community, you know, it's exciting. And I feel like it's like going to open some doors to more growth. So it's good. That's it for me.
Councilor Texmo?
Same thing as much of everyone said. The costume crawl was a lot of fun. Having a little one, bringing him downtown was awesome. Watching him get scared from all the costumes. I believe it was it GNN that was doing the hot dogs down there?
It was their managed alcohol program.
Oh, okay.
and Their health team.
I had a lot of familiar faces, so that's kind of thought what it was. And so, yeah, they were giving out hot dogs and little candy bags and everything, which was awesome. Kudos to all the businesses that, you know, put out candies, dressed themselves up and were kid orientated. It was great. So everyone's having a good time. Again, pumpkin walk. That was so much fun. I can't remember, honestly, it's weird because I can't remember the last time I went to one. And that one was just awesome. I couldn't believe the amount of pumpkins when I walked along there. I was like, holy crap, there's a lot of pumpkins. I don't think I've ever seen that many. And just fun. It's just fun having a little one to see all this stuff. So that's when I really start to become thankful. When I'm younger, I don't think a little much, but now that I have a kid that's that age that gets to see these things, that's when I become really thankful for. I see the smiles and it warms my heart, and I see all the other kids' smiles, and that, like Dennis and Janet had mentioned, this is because of volunteerism, which is huge. So a big thanks to Rotary Lions Club, fire department, Foxes, everyone that's involved with that. It's just amazing. And then on that note, again, our rec department put on like a toddler skate program, which was awesome. And, you know, Paxton was there, Reed, Ruben, all the kids that are all in the same age and all grown up together all the parents are super thankful that they put that on, and that everyone wants to thank Tanny and the rec department. The staff are amazing. They were out there every day with the kids, and if there's parents that didn't know how to skate or weren't able to skate, they would take their kids out there and teach them and bomb them around and stuff. And So I want to pass up a thanks to Tanya and the rec department from all the parents that had mentioned me. Next time you see
And
them,
grandparents.
and grandparents, next time you talk about it, mention our thanks. I'd like to say here. The McDonald's, the opening, soft opening thing was amazing. I kept saying it. I couldn't believe that I was sitting in McDonald's in Port Hardy. Like, it's just super surreal to me. The owners, Jens and Mary, seem like such wholesome, nice people. First thing I did walking there was congratulate them on such almost a monumental achievement for not only having a new building built, but in the time frame that they put it through. And then, how much time do they have to train their staff? And you go in there and you place your orders, and it was there like that. It was really, really good food. I seen a lot of local people that were working there too. So they're trying to work with local people if they could find them, and then training staff to make it happen. That was so much fun. I'm looking forward to going back there for sure. But I was out of town from Remembrance Day, but just talking, everyone said it was really good. And I was also told that you did a really good job with what you said. So
Thank you.
yeah, that's good. That's it for me.
Councillor Sven.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, it's our first council meeting with McDonald's in the Valley. I don't think it's quite historical. Yeah, fantastic. They were so wonderful there. I thought it was just amazing with the mascots, Grimace and the other one. And it's pretty exciting for our community. I think talking to a lot of my family, they never thought they would see the day. So it's quite a huge thing. Same as everyone here, Halloween. That was super fun. The costume crawl was amazing. Even at our house, like we're on quite a quiet street and we still had 40 kids that came. So that's just shows that it's kind of growing.
You almost had it.
The Pumpkin Patch Walk, it's an amazing event. Well done to the Rotary and everyone involved. You're right, it does take a lot of people to put it on. It was excellent. November 3rd, we had our Felonities dinner. That was nice to get together with the crew for that. November 7th, we had our in-camera. November 8th, we had Bear Smart. The minutes are attached, but it's pretty cool having our wildlife safe coordinator because we're learning a lot about animals that, like cougars, for example, that they kind of like help each other out when there's other predators that come and eat their food that they kill. And so I know it sounds quite terrible now that I'm saying it out loud, but they actually share with other cougars. They'll like call another cougar to come and share. It's just, I don't know, it's really neat thinking about wildlife because they are so close to us. So looking forward to learning a lot more, not just about bears.
I'd love to share something on that fact that you just said. I just watched a video about behavioral of cougars. If there's a single cougar around that doesn't have the help from others, and there's wolves in the area, that cougar will kill extra for the wolves to satisfy them and then kill for themselves. So they'll leave stuff around for wolves so that they will leave them alone, essentially not harass them, which I thought was pretty interesting. Yeah.
I'll share that story too. Is we actually had a cougar that would go and then it had to kill more because a bear just followed the cougar around, and so the cougar can't like hide its meal or whatever, but the bear would just follow the cougar. So the cougar like did all the work for the bear. It's quite it's interesting, right? How much
workhorse.
Poor cougars. And then November 11th, I really thought that was a wonderful day. And yes, Mayor, your words were wonderful. And it was really well organized to have, the hereditary chief Knox there, say some words. And it was just really well done. The sound was perfect. And then the weather, I mean, I couldn't believe that weather was really great. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I've been doing a few things, many of what everyone else has been doing, but some of the things that went to or attended a health update with the North Island, Vancouver Island Health. And so things are progressing and they're hoping to have a major update next month with different ideas that they're doing or different things that they're doing. But I don't know if anyone has driven up by the hospital lately. And the paving, the parking is looking so much better. The CT scan pad is there. So and they've started to take bookings. They don't have the CT scanner in there, but they're already starting to take bookings for CT scans. So that's great. Attended an ICE-T meeting where it's being tabled in legislation. So hopefully there'll be a positive announcement in a couple of weeks about more funding. attended a housing technical brief on the, and we mentioned this already about all the new housing, changes that are coming down that will affect us or not. Attended our, community craft store, 20-year anniversary, which was, started by, Davida. And Donna is a silent partner, and it started in a small building that Vassal owned, not Vassal, Yanni owned, close by the Hobby Nook, and now 20 years later, and it's still going strong, and they've expanded. So congratulations to them. Attended the Business Excellence Awards Gala, which was very well done and very well attended, and lots of great recognition to the different businesses, and whether they were voted on or not, the businesses in town are so important to us, not only for tourism, but what they bring to our town. So congratulations to all. But I think it kind of highlights the importance of a small business, such as the one of Guido's that got, I think, 3 awards. How many
Yeah.
awards did they get? 3 awards?
3, yeah.
Out of all of them. So it's just really proves what a small business can do and how important they are. So that was great. I went to the Eagle View Business Fair put on by young entrepreneurs. Spent so much money. How could you not spend money with all these little people? But there were some really neat things there. There was one young girl that I started crocheting a year ago and had amazing product. Talked to a few of them about possibly becoming junior vendors at the fall or a farmer's market, and that we could figure something out for them. And it was very, very neat. What else? Oh, the Labor Market Partnership Project Steering Committee meeting. And so they're still looking for people to fill in their online forms and stuff like that. But there was 2 summits. Councilor Dugas and I went to the one in Fort Hardy, and both of us thought, oh, it wasn't very well attended. There should be more people, and Councilor Tidbury was there too. 33 attended in Fort Hardy, 38 attended in Campbell River. So then I thought, okay, that's not so bad.
We feel okay now. Yeah.
But I think what I would like to really highlight is we've all been in council for 1 year with working together, and we've had certainly our differences, but I think we have an amazing council. And I'd like to thank you all for working so hard, as well as our staff for working so hard. So thank you very much.
That's for our staff.
Okay, so information announcements. It's only one that's not on here, November 23rd. We have a committee of the whole meeting. Right? We just confirmed that, so that's why it's not on.
Okay.
That's great.
It's at noon.
Yes.
23rd, yeah.
Yeah, and you have to attend.
Yeah, no, it's on my schedule. I'm going to attend your meeting.
Thank you. We have a notice of an in-camera meeting November 28th at 5:45, and motion to adjourn. Moved by Councilor Tidbury. Questions pertaining to the agenda?
Hi. Pertaining to Dennis, your extension of your property line with the seniors,